Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jaimini Astrology channel. Welcome back. In this video or today's episode, we'll carry on with our Mandook Dasha in Jaimini Astrology. So, in today's episode, we'll focus on Mandook Dasha, calculating the Mandook Dasha, establishing the Mandook Dasha order for Mithuna, Lagna or Gemini sign. Okay? So, let's carry on. We are going to establish the order of that Mandook Dasha for the Lagna falling in the sign of Mithuna or Gemini. Okay? Which is here. Here we've got our sign of Mithuna, Gemini. How to establish our Mandook Dasha here? What do we know? Quick recap. The sign of Gemini or Mithuna is an odd sign. So the order of our Mandook Dasha will be direct, or will be counting the Mahadashas, the Dasha order clockwise. Yeah. So the first Dasha, as we know, will be the Dasha of Mithuna. Yeah, and will follow indirect motion. Yeah, will follow in clockwise manner. So after completing the first Dasha of Mithuna, we'll have another Dasha, which is the Mahadasha of Kanya. Then we'll go to Mahadasha of Danu, and then Mahadasha of Meena. After completing this cycle, we'll start another second cycle, and the next Mahadasha will be the Mahadasha of Karka or Cancer. Then from Cancer we'll jump to the sign of Tula, as the frog leaps for squares. Okay? Yeah. Then from Tula, after completing the Mahadasha of Tula, we'll land up in Makara Rashi, yeah, or Capricorn. That will be our another Mahadasha. Yeah. And the last one in this cycle will be the Mahadasha of Aries or Mesha. And the third and the last cycle will consist of Mahadasha of Simha, Mahadasha of Rishika, Mahadasha of Kumbha, and Mahadasha of Rishabha. Okay? Quick reminder. Mandook means a frog. It means that the frog leaps or jumps from 4 squares or 4 places from the sign it resides. Okay? So let me just clear that picture. Okay? And we'll count Mahadasha years as we established our Mahadasha order for the sign, for the Lagna falling in the sign of Mithuna. Mithuna is an odd sign, so that's why our Mahadasha will go in clockwise, yeah, direction. It will be clockwise and direct, yeah. Okay, let me just quickly clean that picture. Okay, and we'll start counting our Mahadasha years from the first Mahadasha, which is the Mahadasha of Mithuna or Gemini. Okay, we are here in the sign of Mithuna or Gemini, and we find our ruler, which is which is Mercury or Buddha in its own sign. So in this situation, scenario, we will assign the 12 full years for the Mahadasha of Mithuna, yeah, because we've got the ruler of the sign residing, yeah, or remaining in its own sign. So in that scenario, in that circumstances, we will give 12 full years, yeah, as the length of the Mahadasha period, yeah. After completing the Mahadasha of Mithuna, we will go to Mahadasha of Kanya. What do we know? Who's the ruler or the owner of the Kanya or Virgo? It is obviously Mercury or Buddha. Kanya or Virgo is an even sign, so our counting will be anti-clockwise, yeah, to find out how many years our Mahadasha will consist. So we'll count from Kanya, yeah, anti-clockwise, because this is an even sign. So we count from Kanya 1, 2, 3, and then we end up in Mithuna, where we found the owner of sign of Virgo, which is Mercury or Buddha. So our Mahadasha of Virgo or Kanya will consist of 4 years. Okay? After completing that Mahadasha of Kanya, we'll have another one, which is Mahadasha of Danu or Sagittarius. Yeah? We'll have to count how many places the ruler of the sign has moved away from the sign it rules. Yeah? We've got the sign of Danu, which is an odd sign, so we'll count in clockwise, yeah, manner to our Jupiter or Guru. So from Danu we'll count, yeah, clockwise. Danu 1, Makara 2, Kumbha 3, Mina 4, and then Aries or Mesha 5. And here we have found our Guru or Jupiter. So the Mahadasha of Danu will consist of 5 years. Then we've completed that Mahadasha of Danu. The next one in this cycle will be the Mahadasha of Mina. Mina is an even sign, so our counting to Guru to see how many places Guru has traveled from the sign it rules, yeah, we'll do that in anti-clockwise direction because Mina or Pisces is an even sign. So we've got we've got Mina 1, then Kumbha 2, then Makara 3, Danu 4, Rishika 5, Tula 6, Kanya 7, yeah, Simha 8, Karka 9, Mithuna 10, Rishabha 11, and we arrive at Mesha, which is 12. Guru has moved 12 signs or houses or places away from the sign it owns. Yeah, so Mahadasha of Mina will consist of 12 full years. Okay, let me just clear that picture right now. Okay, just give me a second and we'll come to the second cycle. As we finished our first cycle. So we counted the years for Mahadasha of Mithuna, which was our first Mahadasha. Yeah, then we moved to Mahadasha of Kanya. Then after Kanya we had Mahadasha of Danu. And after Danu we counted the years for Mahadasha of Mina. Okay, so what shall we do right now? I told you that we need to find another sign which is in trine to that Mahadasha where we finished. Yeah, we need to find the sign in trine from the last Mahadasha. Yeah, okay, so we finished at the sign, yeah, of Mina, and we are counting the years for Mahadasha of Mina. Here we follow the clockwise manner. Yeah, we count our Mahadasha years by going clockwise. Yeah, so the next sign, yeah, the next sign starting our new cycle will be the sign of Karka, because it is in trine to Mina. Yeah, and we proceed in clockwise. Yeah, in a clockwise manner. Okay, so our next Mahadasha after completing the Mahadasha of Mina will be Mahadasha of Karka, obviously, because Karka is in trine to Mina. Okay, and then we'll count in the years for the sign of Karka. Okay, so Karka, which is here, yeah, is an even sign. So we need to find out how many signs the moon, owner of the sign, has moved away from the sign of Karka, and we will count in anti-clockwise, yeah, manner, because Karka is an even sign. So starting from Karka, we count Karka 1, then Mithuna 2, then Rishabha 3, then Mesha 4, Mina 5, Kumbha 6, yeah, Makara 7, and Danu 8. So the moon has traveled 8 signs from the sign it rules, which is Karka. Yeah, so our Mahadasha of Karka will consist of 8 years. Okay, so we've completed our Mahadasha of Karka. Then another Mahadasha will be the Mahadasha of Tula, because I'll remind once again, the frog jumps 4 square or 4 places from the previous sign. Okay, so this way we arrived at the sign of Tula or Libra. Yeah, Libra is an odd sign, so we need to count clockwise, yeah, to its ruler, which is Venus or Shukra, and see how many signs Shukra has moved away or traveled from the sign of Tula which it owns. Yeah, so Tula 1, Rishika 2, Danu 3, Makara 4, Kumbha 5, Mina 6, yeah, Mesha 7, Rishabha 8, Mithuna 9, and we arrived at Karka. Yeah, we arrived at Karka, and we've got our Shukra or Venus placed here. So our Mahadasha of Tula will consist of 10 years. Yeah, okay, then we completed the Mahadasha of Tula, and we'll go to the sign of Makara or Capricorn. Yeah, that will be our next Mahadasha. We jumped 4 squares, yeah, or 4 places from Tula. The owner of sign of Makara is obviously Shani or Saturn. Makara is an even sign, so we'll be counting anti-clockwise up to Shani. Okay, starting from Makara. Okay, we'll count anti-clockwise. Makara 1, Danu 2, then Rishika 3, Tula 4, Kanya 5, Simha 6, Karka 7, Mithuna 8, Rishabha 9, yeah, Mesha 10, and Mina 11. Yeah, here we have found our Shani, the owner of the sign of Makara. So our Mahadasha of Makara will consist of 11 years. Okay, 11 years. And then we completed our Mahadasha of Makara. So we've got one more left in that cycle, and that will be the Mahadasha, obviously, of Mesha or Aries, as we managed to jump 4 squares or places, yeah, from the previous Mahadasha. So we'll have our Mahadasha of Mesha in order to complete the second cycle. The owner of Mesha is Mars or Mangala, which is found in the sign of Tula or Libra, 7 signs away from Mesha, the sign which Mangala owns. So this is an exception, yeah. Reminder, yeah. Whenever we find, yeah, the owner of the signs, yeah, 7 houses, yeah, or 7 signs or 7 places away from the sign it owns, then it is an exception. And instead of giving 7 years for the Mahadasha of Mesha, we will give 10 full years. Yeah? Our Mahadasha of Mesha or Aries will consist of 10 years, not 7, because this is an exception. Yeah. Okay, so this way we have completed the second cycle. Okay, so let me once again clear that picture. Okay, and we'll start our third and the last cycle. Okay, just let me clear that picture. Yeah, we finished our second cycle at the sign of Mesha or Aries. Yeah, so what we'll have to do, we'll have to find the next sign in trine from Mesha or Aries. Okay, just give me a second, I'll just clear that what I drawn here. Okay, just a second. Okay, I'm just reminding that here we're always counting, yeah, always counting clockwise. Yeah, why we're counting clockwise all the time here? Just give me a second. Here we get our Ketu. Okay, because the sign of Mithuna, yeah, or Gemini, where our Lagna falls, yeah, this is an odd sign, so the whole order of Mahadasha will be direct and will be counting clockwise all the time, yeah, because the sign of Mithuna is an odd sign. Okay, so we've completed our second cycle. We've got the third one remaining. Okay, the third one remaining. So as I've told you, yeah, we finished at Mesha or Aries. So next sign in trine to Aries is the sign of Leo or Simha, and here will be our next Mahadasha of Leo. So we'll be counting the years for the Mahadasha of Leo next. Okay, Leo is obviously an odd sign, so the counting will be direct. Okay, so let's count. Okay, clockwise. Yeah, from the sign of Leo, we need to find where our sun has gone. Yeah, so we've got Simcha 1, then Kanya 2, then Tula 3, then Rishika 4, Danu 5, Makara 6, Kumbha 7, Mina 8, then Mesha 9, then Rishabha 10, and Mithuna 11. Here we have found the owner of the sign of Simcha, which is Surya, or the sign. So our Mahadasha of Leo will consist of 11 years. Okay? So, after finishing the Mahadasha of Leo in our Mandook Dasha, we need to jump 4 places from Leo and we'll arrive at the sign of Rishika, yeah, or Scorpio. Scorpio is an even sign, so our counting will be anti-clockwise. Here, yeah, we ignore the co-owner of the sign of Scorpio, which is Ketu. We'll count only up to Mars, yeah. When it comes to those two signs, sign of Scorpio or Rishika, or sign of Kumbha, which is Aquarius, yeah, we do not take into consideration their co-lords, which is Ketu for the sign of Rishika and Rahu for the sign of Kumbha. Here we consider only Mars for Rishika as its ruler and Shani as the ruler of Kumbha. Yeah? Okay, so we'll be counting the years for the Mahadasha of Rishika, and we'll be counting anti-clockwise, yeah, up to Mars, because Rishika is an even sign. So we'll count Rishika 1, Tula 2, and here we have found our Mars in Tula. Yeah, so the Mahadasha of Rishika will consist only of 2 years. Okay, from Rishika we'll jump 4 squares up to Kumbha or Aquarius. Then the owner of the sign will consider only Shani here. Yeah, we'll need to find how many places from the sign of Kumbha Shani has managed to travel. Okay, Kumbha or Aquarius is an odd sign, so our counting will be clockwise. Yeah, so let's count. Yeah, Kumbha 1, Mina 2, and here we have found our Shani in the sign of Mina. So our Mahadasha of Kumbha will consist of, again, only 2 years. Okay? So, now we've got just the very last Mahadasha remaining. Okay? From the sign of Kumbha, we'll jump 4 squares of 4 places to the sign of Rishika. Okay? I'm sorry, not Rishika, Rishabha. Rishabha, yeah, which is Taurus, yeah, and Taurus is obviously an even sign, so our counting will be anti-clockwise, yeah. So we need to figure it out. How many signs, houses, or places Venus, the ruler or the owner of the sign of Rishabha, has traveled from the sign of Rishabha. So our counting will be anti-clockwise. Rishabha 1, then Mesha 2, then Mina 3, then Kumbha 4, Makara 5, Danu 6, Rishika 7, Tula 8, Kanya 9, Simcha 10, and Karka 11. Here we have found our Shukra or Venus, the ruler or the owner of the sign of Rishabha or Taurus. So our Mahadasha of Rishabha will consist of 11 years. Yeah, and this way we have completed, yeah, the third cycle. We have completed counting Mahadasha years for the Lagna falling in the sign of Mithuna or Gemini. Yeah, just quick recap. Okay, quick recap. So just give me a second. So one more time, quickly and briefly. Yeah, we started our Mandook Mahadasha from the sign of Mithuna or Gemini. The order of our Mahadasha was clockwise or direct because the sign of Mithuna was an odd sign. So the first cycle of our Mahadashas started from Mithuna, then we went to Kanya, then we had the Mahadasha of Danu, and then the Mahadasha of Mina. Yeah, from Mina we went to the sign of Karka because it was in trine, yeah, to Mina. Okay, and we started our second cycle, and here we had Karka Mahadasha, then we had our Tula Mahadasha, then we had our Makara Mahadasha, and then we had our Mesha Mahadasha. Okay, then lastly, after completing the Mesha Mahadasha, yeah, after completing Mesha Mahadasha, we needed to find another sign in trine from the sign of Mesha or Aries, which was Simha. Yeah, and then we started our next Mahadasha, which was that Mahadasha of Simha. Yeah, so it was Simha Mahadasha, then we had Rishika Mahadasha, yeah, then we had the Mahadasha of Kumbha, and the last Mahadasha, which was very, very last, the final one, was the Mahadasha of Rishabha, yeah, and that's how we've completed establishing the order of Mahadasha, counting the years for each particular Mahadasha for Lagna falling in the sign of Mithuna. I hope it was helpful, and as I've said before, and I'm going to continue to repeat, I'll be repeating it constantly, check it on the horoscope in your possessions. Yeah? Check if that Mahadasha works. Aha. Finally, I have forgotten one very important thing. Have we checked if that Mandook Mahadasha was applicable to that particular horoscope? Yeah, sorry, I have forgotten to mention that. Okay, but just give me a second. We'll correct that. Have we checked if the Mandook Mahadasha was applicable to that particular horoscope? Let's have a look, okay, because we missed that. When the Mandook Mahadasha is applicable, when we've got at least 4 planets or grahas, excluding Rahu and Ketu, falling in Kendra houses in the horoscope. So here, have a look. We've got Surya or the Sun, yeah, and Buddha, Mercury, placed in the first house of the horoscope in the sign of Mithuna, yeah, which is also obviously the Lagna. So we've got 2 grahas, yeah, in the first Kendra. Okay, then in the 4th house we've got only Rahu, but in the 7th house we've got Chandra or the moon, yeah, in another Kendra of the horoscope. Then we move to the sign of Mina, which is the 10th house of the horoscope, yeah, and here we've got Shani here in Mina, yeah. So the condition is fulfilled. We've got at least 4 grahas, excluding Rahu and Ketu, falling in Kendra houses in the horoscope. So here we've got 4 grahas: Surya and Buddha in the 1st house or Lagna, Chandra in the 7th house, and Shani in the 10th house. So, as I've said before, the condition is fulfilled, which means that Mandook Dasha is applicable to that particular horoscope. Okay, and here we're going to finish today's episode. Okay, take care, good luck, and in another episodes we'll go through. We'll continue with calculating the Mahadasha years and establishing the order of Mahadasha for the Lagna falling in the sign of Karka or Cancer. Okay? Take care, good luck, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.